Alright, guys, today we are training for the upcoming Legacy 1K that's happening in my area. This is probably the list I'm going to be playing for that, so I might make some changes, but I just looked at the aggro lists online, and this was the most recent one that did well. I added 4 One Rings because they were playing Pyroblast, but I think One Ring just absolutely demolishes the blue decks. So I'm just going to play One Rings instead. And yeah, let's play some Legacy, baby. Ooh, yeah. Um, there is a challenge in 2 hours. Hmm. Hmm. Maybe I could play in that also. We'll see. But let's start off with just a league, see how the deck feels, see if I want to play this one. I mean, I have experience playing Boros Energy in Modern, so that's why I'm leaning to this. But if I don't really like this deck, I might play like a Storm style of deck. I really like those as well. But yeah. Okay, we found our first opponent. Rude Slay. Alright, yeah, this hand looks fine. Turn 1 Ocelot Pride, turn 2 Ajani. It's a black deck. Thoughtseize, targeting themselves. Oh. Oh god. So it's mono black Reanimator. They are down to 3. Lightning Bolt would be funny if I had that card in my deck. Huh. Huh. Okay. Come on, Static Prison? Okay. I'm just gonna concede and not give them any info because I don't think I can beat that. Let's bring in these. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thank you, opponent. Yeah, so like that's the downside of playing a deck like this also, where you just like sometimes just like lose to the combo decks. Game 1, and then post board you can like bring in your Deafening Silences or Graveyard Hate or whatever. Maybe we should bring in Null Rod too. Oops. This has Karakas and 2 Wastelands. Good enough for me. Roll a 6. I don't think I'm going to show them Karakas to start with, though. I think I'll just play a Sunbake Can or a Wasteland and pass. They are probably mono black, so this isn't going to do much, but thought seizing me this time. I think they have to take Amped Raptor because it's just like a 2-for-1. Alrighty. Here's an Amped Raptor. Maybe I will cast that. I missed this card in Modern. Okay, so they killed my Ajani. Oh, dang it. We would have high rolled them. Yeah, I'll put that on top. Yeah, we would have like Omega high rolled them. Shoot. Alright, well next turn I can do that with the Lazotep Quarry. I could probably cut the wastelands too, now that I think about it. Hooray. Yeah, I could probably just cut wasteland and play, like, bring back in this, at least. And just go down 2 wastelands. Because 24 lands is a lot. I'll play 23. And no Sandscape. Okay. Run it like that. $61 cards now. Okay, this hand does not have a Karakas or a surgical. Static Prison should be good enough, I think. I bet I can keep this. Bin Voice of Victory. They also do play like Thought Seizes and stuff, so it's not a super good idea to Turbo Mulligan. Okay. What? What is this card? This is from MH3. That's really weird. Okay. I think I'm supposed to let it dome them for 8 damage or whatever, and then I will Static Prison it. Yeah. Oh. Okay. That's not good. Let me get another plateau here. Play another Amped Raptor. Ideally, I just hit a Static Prison here and we're all good, but... yeah, I will take your Thought Seizes, I guess. They have a Show and Tell in hand and a Dark Ritual. Okay, so their hand is a big nothing burger. That's good to know. I honestly think I can beat this. Because I just go next turn a Johnny Ocelot Pride. They keep it on top. Alright. So they have a 8/12 with Trample and Ward 4. What you got? 2 mana. This is a cool card I've never seen before. Huh. Now, this thing does not have lifelink, which... Collective Brutality. They gain and drain, and then... Swing for 1. To a player. Okay, so this puts them in a hard spot because if they attack the Ajani, which they kind of have to do, they can no longer get the tokens. I think they should have thought about blocking that cat more. But if they don't swing, if they swing, they die. And if they don't swing, then they're going to lose to Ajani. So They are kind of cooked right now. Do they realize that it says to a player? They might just hit me too. Okay, that's sure, man. Sure, sure, beast. So they have 2 cards in hand. One of them's a show and tell. Yeah, they are kind of cooked. Yeah. Okay. Four Kona's coils. Huh. So that should just win me the game because, I mean, we'll see, but they swing for a lot at me, and then I just block all of the Koma's coils. I can double block one of them with a Pride and Amtraptor to just eat it, and then I can block the other 3, and then I untap and I zero a Johnny and kill them. Which is nice. So they're in the tank. They're going to go think, think, think. They could also send Koma at a Johnny and then not attack with these. And then they take 1 off my Ocelot Pride, and that doesn't kill them if I swing all out. So that's probably their line here, if I had to guess. But being at 2 is kind of risky, because then if I draw anything that does anything, they just die. But I think that's what they have to do. Kona at a Johnny, and then if they do that, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 toughness. Okay, so a Johnny's dying. No blocks. What did they find? Grizzlebrand? Seriously? Okay, no, I don't have to swords this yet. Elegant Parlor. No response. Bin that. I'm gonna take my draw. Step. Okay, it's a Guide of Souls. So we'll play that. We will swords here. Huh. Intriguing. So I can't attack. I'm going to be put to 1. And then I need something off the top here. Unfortunately, like a bombardment wouldn't do it. Huh. Okay, so they're swinging all out. I get to eat a Kona's coil. Okay. Declare blockers. So first strike damage, we'll eat a Kona's coil. And then block these. Okay. Yeah, them getting a Grizzlebrand off the top was really fortunate for them. But, so now they make 4 more. What do I need here? That's pretty good. That is really good, actually. So if I go to combat, declare attackers, I can swing for 4 in the air, and then end step I make 2 dudes and that kills them. Holy. I'm so good at this game. Alright. Unless they have something, there's no way, right? Oh wait, I get another one of these too. Okay, yeah, they're super dead. Alright, well, that's called out skilling your opponent by top decking the perfect card. Okay, well, to be fair, they also top decked the Grizzlebrand when they needed it, so an eye for an eye, I guess. So the deck can win. That's good to know. All right. Grindstone Cowboy. Huh. So that suggests he's playing Painter, I guess. I'm not quite sure, but I think with this hand, I don't need to fetch greedily. Oops. Okay, well, deck wanted me to grab the Plateau, so I guess we'll grab Plateau. Here's a 1/1. I think the best 1-mana 1/1 in all of Magic, but okay. What you got? Underground Sea. I hope this is Dimir Tempo and not Doomsday, because Doomsday kind of mukbangs us, and holy Dimir Tempo. Okay. Yeah, let's play an Ajani. And then if they counterspell this, we just do no attacks. Okay. They're force of willing my Ajani. Sure, man. I will not attack. But the second they attack, then I can just untap, swing, make a blocker, and then their Nethergoyf doesn't do anything for the rest of the game. Ideally. Besides block, so they should never attack here. Okay. Okay. Slow state. That seems really bad for them. Swing. Aw. There's a Guide of Souls. Swords this. Tickle you for 1. It's like we're playing Modern all over again. I love this. Alright, let's get a Surveil here. They might wasteland me, but that's okay. I wonder what I will do with the card Amped Raptor. Probably cast it. Alright, there's your Force of Will target, Beast. Even then, they're kind of cooked because I just have the board presence. Alright, that's fine. cannot pay the offspring, unfortunately. Tickle you for 2. I wonder why they're not wastelanding me. They must have like a Baragoi for something. Prepare for my... Stand ready for my arrival, worm. I'm sorry. Wow. That's very impressive, sir. I wonder what I'll do about that. Yeah, let's just slam it, bro. If you've got a Force of Will, that's fine. What? You couldn't beat double removal spell plus this bullshit? Oh, boom. Alright, so we're bringing in One Rings, and that's it. Because this should absolutely demolish them. What do we not want? Huh. Maybe Bombardment isn't the best against the tempo deck. I'll try... No. Bringing in One Rings does make my Amped worse, but also, like, it's the One Ring. It'll mukbang him if we ever untap with it. No, I want this to get lands. I think I can trim on a Guide of Souls. Yep, this hand looks great. They mold a 6. I'm probably just going to grab basic planes off this Arid Mesa to... Maybe I'll grab a fetch end step. Or a surveil end step. Try to hit another land drop so I can go Sand Scout into the One Ring. The Chud of Victory hits the stack. What you got, twin? Wow, it resolves. That's... I don't know. Wasteland. Okay. So now Sand Scout. No, I need another land drop. Holy goated. I think I'm gonna set up for an Ajani next turn. I'll just hold up swords right now. Ugh, man, that sucks. Maybe I should have just played Ajani or Amped last turn, but they don't seem to be doing very much, so holy. This is why I'm good at the game. I wonder, I guess they play Bowmasters. I don't really care if they play Bowmasters, though. I will I will take the trade of the Bowmaster's token for my Guide of Souls. Because at this point, I have enough energy that I can just cast Amped Raptor and hit anything in my deck. So the One Ring is a bit clunky with Amped Raptor because you can't, most of the time you just jam Amped Raptor and it doesn't matter and you get your 2-for-1, but sometimes you'll hit the One Ring and then you'll just feel like an idiot. But now that I have 2 energy, I can just jam the Amped Raptor, and even if they have, even if I hit a One Ring, I just get to play it, so. So they're playing a Bowmasters. They want to try to flip my Ajani. I guess. Okay. It's thinking about it. I'm gonna not flip Ajani because if they have another Bowmasters, it's just kind of disastrous for me. And a 1-2 on this board just like stonewalls everything, so it's chill. Halal. Please play another land drop. It's not a wasteland. So I can Sand Scout. Another Goyf. Okay. Land for an Amped Raptor, please. Holy. That is not a land for an Amped Raptor, but it's almost as good. I'll probably just hold up Swords. I mean, I can also just bounce my own Ajani and then tap and just like replay it, which is kind of cool. Kind of wholesome. Yeah, so I can block another Goyf, bounce my own Ajani, untap, play Ajani again. Get 2 more energy, fly another... Probably fly the cat token this time because I want to put pressure on them with my low priority creatures so that they're forced to use removal spells on them rather than using removal spells on my premium creatures. So if you have the option to fly like an Ocelot Pride or an Ocelot Pride token, unless your life total really super matters, always try to fly the token. Okay, that's fine. So they did have the second Bowmaster. I'm going to flip Ajani still. They do not know about this Swords, so they're going to swing all in at Ajani. I'm going to block here, Swords the Nether Goyf, and then they're going to lose probably. Let's start here. Okay, that resolves. So I will trade with the Bowmaster. And then ideally I just find a red source off the top so I can play an Amped Raptor and then fully wreck them. But, you know, if not, I just get to 0 it and make a Hydroblast. Okay. Yeah, that's super favorable for me. I think I just play a Sand Scout here. Yield to all. Get a Lazotep Quarry tapped. And then I can swing for 3 still. And now I have a 2-2 that they have to deal with. And then now I can sack this to the Quarry to play my Amped Raptor. And then that should win the game. But, alright, so they did get a flow state. That's okay. Fatal push my Guide of Souls. That's okay as well. I will take 2 if they attack. Okay, draw. Come on, One Ring. Not quite. Still pretty good, though. I think they have to take the One Ring here. Or the Static Prison. I think it's the One Ring. Yeah. They're just so cooked if they don't take it. That's going in the chamber, bro. That's going in the hole. Boom. Draw. No, I'm not just gonna sack a creature for them for free. Okay, so what does the Embalm do? Alright, so if I draw another land, I can cash this in for a 4/4 Guide of Souls, or a 4/4 Sand Scout, or a 4/4 Ajani. Okay. It'll probably just be Sand Scout because it replaces the Lazotep Quarry, and then I get a 4/4. Okay, they've been to Hydroblast. There's no way that's right, right? Hydroblast in their graveyard? Really? You can kill my... Okay. This guy's a certified Chungus. Certified Chud. Boom. Alright, yes. Here is an Ocelot Pride. Four in the air. Oh. Oops. Just get this out of here. Oh. Why do you concede, bro? I think you could have beaten me. Does he know? Alright, we found our next victim. Guilty. Huh, guilty of losing to me in Legacy. Sorry. Okay. Yep, this hand looks good. I'm probably just going to fetch basic planes to play around Wasteland, but... Prismatic Vista. Okay, yeah, this is definitely a deck that has... It might be Jeskai Control, in which case I'm really happy to see that. Happy to see Basic Island. It probably means they're not Doomsday. They like their Ponder stack. Okay. Plains and an Ocelot Pride. So they're just missing white. Lockmare. Interesting. Yeah, that's going in the hole, bro. Actually, do I just play Voice of Victory? No, I think I need to use my mana efficiently here because I need to play this Surveil. Also, I only really need 2 mana to function, so the 4th land drop is not really needed. I don't think this counts, but holy computer, stop working. Flow state. Wow, how pathetic and sad. I can't believe I static person to Lockmare. That's really ridiculous. Okay, so they do not find the 3rd land drop. Okay. I will pay for this. Here's a Lazotep Quarry. And Johnny. Please resolve, please resolve, please resolve. I don't think they can beat this if I flip a Johnny. I mean, maybe if they go Plains Pending, they can beat it, but like... Force of Will pitching Jace the Mind Sculptor. Holy chat. Jace the Mind Sculptor. Alright, tickle you for 2. Flow State. Alright, this one is online. That's maybe why they fired off Force of Will. No, they kind of had to there. Alright, they found a land. Good job. They will get a Tundra. Huh. Huh. Interesting. I don't even know if I'm supposed to do that. We will play a Wasteland. So this will be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 permanents. Wait. So if I sack, I think I should go to combat first. Holy computer! Because this thing flipped just shuts off. I guess I have bombardment, so it will be fine. So if I sack a creature to cast this, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 permanents. -1, 7, 8, 9, and then this will make the 10th one. Okay. This should just like obliterate their life total. Unless they have a Force of Will or something. That's, if they Force of Will me, that's whatever. Because then I just get to... holy chat. A boom. Alright, your go, opponent. Tickle you for 11 or whatever. Yeah, I think they were at 15 to start the turn. Yeah, that'll save you, I think. Or... What? You couldn't beat this? How so? Alright, bring in these. I kind of want my lands. Sand Scout doesn't really do much here. So this is like Jeskai Control. I don't know how much I need Swords to Plowshares either. Okay. So we cut 2 swords and 2 Sand Scouts for 4 Wonderings. Looks like this is a mulligan. This hand looks like a keep in a Static Prison, probably. They are unfortunately most likely playing back to basics, but what can you do? Oh, this is what you can do. Okay, that was a good draw as well. I guess I'll play this. Here's a Voice of Victory. Hardcast Days would be pretty solid here, honestly. Swords to Plowshares targeting Gysails. Okay, maybe I'm supposed to swing first, but... Cycle Lorien revealed. Okay. Computer. Keep working, please. Hmm. Okay, so this hand kind of looks clunky, but like Caracas is a spell, technically. Um, they are probably just going to play a land and back to basics me, but I do have Static Prison for that. They might Ruination me also, which would suck. Okay, just a flow state. Okay. I don't know. I think this card is kind of ridiculous in Legacy, honestly, but it doesn't really do much against me. Huh, so they aren't playing back to basics then? Alright, we need something good off the top here. I think that counts. I'll just pass the turn. Alright, player Ruination, King. Tamiyo. Sure, man. Let's draw a card. Holy. Alright, chat. Here is a One Ring. A boom. Holy, opponent. I don't think you're allowed to let this card resolve. So even if they blow up my non-basic lands, they still are facing down a One Ring. Interesting that they used 2 blue mana for that. That was surely wrong. Oh, okay. Oh, man. I don't know how he's supposed to win against this. But he can certainly try. Wow. Just a nothing. Okay, well that was not very good for me, but it doesn't even matter. Yeah, I think this is the worst hit in the whole deck, is just another Amped Raptor. But even then, it's 2 mana for 2 2/1s with First Strike, and you get 2 energy, which is, like, not bad. I think the only way they beat this is with their own One Ring. But my cards are just so much better than theirs that it, like... I guess they have to go flip Tamiyo, Ruination. Oh. What? How couldn't you beat that, bro? A boom. Alright, well, we are 3-0. Let's see if we can get the 5-0. Huh. Holy, bro. They don't want to give us another victim. All right. This hand has no one drops, but we have a wasteland, so that's like essentially our one drop. Ancient tomb. Oh god. Oh god. Don't hurt me. I'm honestly not even that scared of a turn one Magus in this hand. Yeah, that's totally chill, bro. Here's a basic plan, so pass the turn. I think I have to go Amptraptor next turn and like hope to high roll something good. What you got? Broadside Bombardiers. Okay, that is a problem. Let's see what we hit. Another Amptraptor. Okay, pretty good. Alright, what do we hit? Static Prison. Holy, perfect. So now I get to eat their Broadside and I block their Magus. Yeah, they are low-key fried. Okay, so what do I sideboard? Do I even sideboard against this deck? Maybe I bring in a Braids and that's it. Null Rod? Yeah, probably a Braids and a Null Rod. Simian Spirit Guide. They've got a Pyrogoyf. Oh. Okay. When it enters, you take the initiative. Huh. That is also an issue. Let's high roll and hit a kill spell, please. For this thing. That is not a kill spell. But next turn I get to go Sand Scout after they play their land. This thing just dies to my 5 first strike power. Yeah, next turn I get to take the initiative and then... Yeah, so I go Bombardment. Yeah, I'll probably play a Sand Scout, play a land drop afterwards, play a Bombardment if they play a land. And if they don't play a land, I'll probably play Voice into Bombardment. I don't even know if I want to kill the Magus of them, man. It's kind of... Alright, what are the other modes? So they can scry 2 or put 2/1/1 counters on their Caves of Chaos Adventurer. Okay, that is kind of a problem. But they still... I can still just like attack through and get the initiative. Which is kind of wholesome. It is a 7/5 with trample though, which is kind of an issue, but... future me issue, I guess. They have another spell. What you got? Simian Spirit Guide. Boom. They can't even attack with this, though. I mean, how scary is this even? Shatter Skull. Oh, my God. So they did not take the initiative, or they did not play a land, so I'll play this. 2 mana. Yeah, this being a 7/5 with trample is kind of an issue, and this giving them a card every turn is kind of problematic as well. Ugh. Okay, well, I don't think I can win this game. Oh. These are turned on. Oh, oops. Okay, yeah, this is... Yeah, because I take 5 and then I take 12 next turn. Okay. This and this. And then Sand Scout's not really doing much against them, I don't think. We'll run it like that. Alright, let's hope to not get muckbanged by a 7/5 trampler this time. Okay, yep, this hand is much better to deal with their deck. Also being on the play is nice. Alright, so we can go turn 1 Plains, Ocelot Pride. Yeah, turn 1 Plains, Ocelot Pride, turn 2 Abrade, whatever they play, probably. It's insane that Abrade is legacy playable. Like this card is unplayable in standard, unplayable in modern, but legacy it's like pretty good, which is surprising to me. That's not good. So they probably don't have another land. Fable. Okay. Nuke that. Probably sorts this. Just shut off your value engine. So they have a Fable trigger. What you got, beast? Been 2 Chrome Moxes. Huh. So they do have mana. Fury, pitch Simian Sphere guy. Okay. I'm fine with them using 2 cards for my 1/1. 3 ball. Okay. So this should stop them from doing anything also. And then I can just go like land. Yep, land Johnny. And then they should be cooked, but I'm not quite sure. Trinisphere is like pretty good against me, but I don't know. Because yeah, now they don't get to play anything. Yes, bro. The Tickle Monster will get me in 14 turns. Or 9 turns. Scoreboard! I don't need this. Untap. Maybe I'm supposed to abrade their Chrome Mox. just so they really like are cooked. Man, that's hard. Now I think I should be applying pressure. No, because if they play a soul land, it just like abrading their Chrome Mox doesn't do anything. I mean, ideally they go Soul Land, Caves of Chaos Adventurer, or they just do nothing. That's the best, actually. Holy. This is a weird game to navigate. Yeah. Tickle you for 2. Maybe this turn I was supposed to blow up their Chrome Mox, because they still can't play anything, but... I really should have played Karakas this turn, because if they play a Broadside, oh my gosh. I'm such a chud, because now they get to kill my Ajani for free, and then I am cooked. Cooked. I cannot block either of these, because they get to throw something. Wow, no throw with the Broadside. That seems wrong. So, okay, I get to play the Karakas now. I get to kill their Broadside. Do I swing for 4 here? I think I do. Yeah, I think I have to pressure them. Yes, send it. Mountain nothing? That is an issue. Okay, Static Prison, please, deck. I think War to Pay 2 life is a valuable endeavor here. So they are at 11, which is winnable. I think I was supposed to play Guide of Souls this turn, actually, so I can untap and play the Hexing Squelcher, and then... I guess I can pick up a Johnny with my Karakas and then play him, so it's not that bad, but still, yikes. So they are at 11, I can... I mean, ideally they just drew a bunch of lands here. Okay. Fury would be not the greatest for them, actually, because they have to pay so much life to kill my stuff. What you got, Beast? This being on the board is really annoying. So they do wipe the board. Alright, so ideally I draw a land here, please, deck. Holy, thank you, chat. And now I get to go a Guide of Souls into a Johnny. And now they are at 9 and they can only cast one spell this turn. No, if they play a soul land, they get to cast 2. Come on, deck. Get me out of this. Null Rod would be a good draw, but I think it's too little too late now that they have the One Ring out. If they have another One Ring, that's like not very good for me either. But it's like chill. I think I lose to a cheeseburger here, but you know, it's the way the cookie crumbles. They're taking 3. If they have Stone Cold nothing, they go to 6, and then they take 6 damage. So I can kill them if they have legit nothing. I doubt that they have that though, given everything. Amped Raptor would probably be Amped Raptor into a Bombardment would probably be my best draw here. Or Amped Raptor into another Johnny, maybe? Another Rajani. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Alright, Beast, what are you thinking about? Just play your cards. Oh. Okay, well I can tickle them for 3. What's my best draw now? Still Amped Raptor. Come on, shock it in. Dang it. Amped Raptor? Okay. What can I get back with that? You know what? 4 for a Johnny. Can I do this instant speed? Activate only as a sorcery. Okay. How many permanents is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I don't get the Kitty's Blessing. I think I'm just gonna go for a Johnny here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sack itself. Yes. Reanimated Johnny. Now, I do not get to flip a Johnny, but I do have 2 more creatures on board. And they do go to 3 here, so they are not out of the woods yet. Maybe I was just supposed to grab Ocelot Pride, but... All right. They are in the tank. They are thinking about casting a spell. It has to be a One Ring for them to not explode. Broadside would be pretty good for them, but like, it doesn't win. Okay, so they do have a One Ring. They have to keep this one. A bombardment here would just kill them. Okay, Ancient Tomb. What you got, twin? Caves of Chaos Adventurer. Okay. Okay. Come on, bombardment. Please, 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 please. Oh my gosh, deck. You never liked me, did you? Okay. There's that. There's that. Swing with these two. I mean, he does have protection from everything, unfortunately, but I do get to do that, which is pretty wholesome. Caves of Chaos Adventurer will trade with a Johnny if it has to. A Johnny and a cat token, probably. They are dead to two. They are dead to three of my creatures right now. And they have an Ancient Tomb out, which is like a huge liability for them. We could still win this probably just by playing dorks and... Alrighty, opponent. Your move. Yes, I will go get a basic. Alright. Does that kill me? Yo, say wallahi. Oh my gosh, that kills me. Good game. Good game. Alright, well, we were robbed of the 5-0, but maybe we can go 4-1. Alrighty. Let's get this. Let's get the 4-1 prediction. Yeah, this looks good. So, yeah, so far in all the videos I've released, I've 4-1 with the decks. 80% win rate seems pretty good. I've liked how this deck is working, but I feel like I should have. I don't know. I feel like there's something missing. Maybe I don't know how good Sand Scout is. Mold of 5. Okay. This is probably a combo deck, unfortunately. Or they just are getting really unlucky. But we kind of struggle against the combo decks, so at least we are on the play. We get to go Guide of Souls. I think I'm going to fetch a basic to thin the deck. I mean, ideally, this is just a blue tempo deck and we get to mukbang them. But odds are, given the way they're mulliganing, it's not. Yeah, so I led with the fetch because, like, it turns off. I don't get to surveil with it, but I want to thin the deck to try to find lands that do things, like wastelands, because like drawing a basic would be terrible. Okay, the Bloodstained Mire. That is, I think, a combo land, but. Alright, so I'm going to go Voice of Victory this next turn and then follow it up with a Bombardment, and they're going to take a lot of damage. Tickle you for a calm 5 every turn or more. No, it'll be 7. Tickle you for 7 every turn. Chilly, of course, though. Alright, so if this is a combo deck and they don't have their combo very quickly, they could very well just die, which is pretty cool. All right, let's see what they get. Okay. Yeah, so it's Reanimator, which we can very definitely beat with this hand. Raph and Mikey is not what we want to see in the graveyard, though, unfortunately. Because that gives them 2 reanimated creatures for the price of 1. They do still need to have the Animate Dead or the Reanimate. Dark Ritual. Okay. We did beat Reanimator round 1, but I think we got a little lucky. Collective Brutality. They discard another Raph and Mikey. X on my swords. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, they just have everything. Okay, opponent. Thank you. Ugh. Okay, so maybe I can draw like a 1-mana removal spell and just hit the Animate Dead. They could hit another Raph and Mikey here off of this trigger, because it looks like they are playing more okay. Okay. Alright, so it's just mono black Reanimator with Faithful Suiting. It does not look like they have a plan B, though, so we'll just bring in these, and is Null Rod too slow? I mean, Sand Scout doesn't really do anything, so I'll probably just play Null Rod anyway. Maybe I could bring in Price of Progresses, too, and then I can cut on Sand Scout. Oh, wait, I want the Ajani. Oops. So I'll do this, cut on a Voice of Victory, cut on a Hexing Squelcher, I guess. Submit it like that. All right. There we go. Price of Progress should just, like, kind of destroy them, but I don't know. It seems like they're not as heavy black as the other opponent was, because that opponent was just splashing blue. It looks like they're just straight Rakdos here. I think I can mulligan this hand. It's a bit too slow. Ugh. Oof. I don't like it, but I think we can keep it and put back the basic planes. Turn 1 Surveil. Turn 1 Surveil. Maybe I should have kept that first hand because I get to go wasteland them and then apply pressure with voice, but I don't know. Seems pretty slow. All right, play a surveil land. That is exactly what we want to see. That is a beautiful 2-for-1 card. I'm probably still going to lead on the bombardment. I don't know. Basic swamp. Lotus petal. Okay. They're probably going to name surgical, unfortunately. Oh, they're targeting themselves. Okay. Archon of Cruelty. Are you ready for this? Good game, opponent. GG's. Oh, they only have one Archon. Okay, so they're playing 2 Griselbrands, 1 Coma, 2... Okay. So they've show and tells. Huh. Interesting. Okay. We'll take that. Sure, man. So their hand is 2 Polluted Deltas and an Animate Dead currently. I think I should just apply pressure with this Amptraptor. Let's go Plains. Play this. No response. Holy, I think that was our best hit. Because now I get to go Bombardment, and then they should be super duper dead to Bombardment here. I don't even know what they could draw. They could draw a Lotus Petal and then go Polluted Delta. No, they need... Yeah, they need Lotus Petal, Polluted Delta, Surveil, a card to the graveyard. And then I just get to Surgical them. So... Okay. Okay, so they drew perfectly, and it honestly just doesn't even matter. Like, yes, bro, thank you, Lucksack McGee. Boom. Is this where they call me a Lucksack in the chat? Boom. Alright, well, it looks like we outskilled our opponent for that win. Do we want to do any changes? I actually like voice over Hexing Squelcher. I'll probably just make that change really fast and then run it back. Alright, opponent, that was pretty cool. Yeah, this hand looks fine. I can Swords the first big idiot, and then I can Static Prison the second one. As long as they don't go for a Raff and Mikey line, we're fine. They do keep 7. They are at 62 cards in their deck. Yeah, 62. They Thoughtseize me this time. I would just take the Guide of Souls if I were them, but... If they have 2 Reanimator targets, then I would take one of the kill spells, probably the Swords. If they have, like, Reanimate Raff and Mikey lines here, I would take that, but otherwise I would just go for the Guide of Souls, cut me off 1-drops. Voice of Victory. Interesting. Okay. We did draw the untapped red source, so that's good. What you got, opponent? I mean, their deck could just malfunction if they're playing 62 cards. 62 is... There's no way that's right. 61 is fine, but 62? Really? Ugh. Okay. Underground Sea. I have a target, chat. Boom. they pivoted to blue post board instead of red for Faithless Looting. Or maybe they're playing just Grixis Reanimator. What are you casting? Beast. 2 mana. Collective Brutality. Right, so they have nothing to reanimate. That was a terrible draw. Maybe I wasn't supposed to bring that in, but... I mean, ideally they just don't have lands here. And then I get to cook them, but... You know... I think we are realistically doing fine right now. They're thinking, okay, they have no second land drop. That's good for us. I think I need pressure at this point because they're missing land drops and I have a Static Prison to deal with whatever they play, so as long as it's not a Raff and Mikey, we're good, but Swords would answer Raff and Mikey pretty cleanly, so I don't know. It's weird. They still have a land drop, so bidding that was probably a good idea. I get to untap and... Okay. I cannot reanimate anything yet. That's okay. Next turn I get a 4/4 Guide of Souls. I'll just fire this off now, I guess. Domia for 2. And then, yeah, I don't know why they are playing Dauthi Voidwalker against me. Maybe it's to, like, bait removal or something? I'm not really quite sure. Alright, my game is frozen. Can we get Price of Progress in Modern, please? Holy chat. Alright, at this point I think I'm just supposed to Swords their Dauthi because it's just like applying pressure and yeah. And now they're cut off lands, so I'm just like slowing down the game. And then I get to untap and make a 4/4 Guide of Souls, and that should just beat them. Maybe it's wrong to Swords there, though. They're thinking about casting something. Dark Ritual, okay. Baragorf. That doesn't do anything. Discard Grizzlebrand, okay. So they have a Reanimate in hand? Reanimate, okay. That's fine. I have a Static Prison for you. Beast. If they go land Thoughtseize, that could be an issue, but okay. Man. I think this was the best draw. Alright, so let's Static Prison Grizzlebrand, and then I can go Mountain, a Johnny, sack the cat to Lazotep Quarry, zero a Johnny, make a dude, and the next turn I can untap. All right, deck, come on. All right, thank you. There's a mountain. Here's a Johnny. And now I get to untap. Ideally, I get to untap, I guess. And then I can... sack Lazotep Core to get back my Guide of Souls. Oh, where is it? Huh. Guide of Souls, right there. All right. Get back Guide of Souls, and then I uptick a Johnny. Or no, I have to zero a Johnny. I zero a Johnny. And then I can kill them from there. Let's see what he's got. So he had no Thoughtseize effects. Well, if you would just play him. Because he knew about the Static Prison. Dark Ritual. I mean, my best draw is always just like Ampteraptor, of course. How many lands have I seen in this game? It's 4, 5, okay. 5 lands. Yeah, I've only seen 5 lands. 6 lands. Okay. 6, so there's 18 lands left in the deck. Alright, so they do that. They show and tell. What you got? Beast. Oh, I do have to pay for this Static Prison too. Huh. Archon of Cruelty. Ugh. That is regrettable for sure. I can still beat that if I draw swords though. Okay. Yes. That is a redraw for swords. I lose. Okay. Good game. 3-2 isn't bad either. So we ended the 4-1 streak, but we are net positive on wins, 60% win rate with the deck. Thinking about if I want to do a challenge today. Would you guys watch if I played in a challenge? Let me know. There's standard at 5 p.m. There is nothing for Pioneer. There is a Modern tomorrow at 6 in the morning. Which I could play in Tuesday, 6 in the morning. Okay. Legacy, there's a challenge in an hour. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, so that was the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll put a link for the deck list in the description. All right. See you guys.